In preparation for today's video, I got a few things done and ready and out of the way. We've built another smelting area, ran the power underneath so it stays out of our way. Added some more power generation into the mix. Added some more miners in. Remembered to hook up the power generators. Hooked all the belts in. Found some gold as we'll need it for solar panels. Unlocked some new technology. Built this little area here. Made some blueprints for the upcoming episode and the technologies that we'll be unlocking there. Then we went out and flattened a large area of land so that I could build a large platform there and have enough room underneath to run all of the power and water. How's everybody doing today? Monkey Nuts here. Let's dive in. And we're back in Astro Colony. One thing I forgot to mention in the intro was I did unlock these little miner bots and get a few of them built up. We've got them just going away at the iron right now. This is my little iron production facility. And this guy is making plates for us. And then I've built one of these large base warehouses so that I can grab iron plates when I need them. I don't have to have them in my inventory. I can just build and they'll be there. So we've got this large platform here. This is where I want to build a nice production area. Well, this is where it's going to get started anyway. And we're eventually going to move this right over to there. We're going to take this platform out of the way, hook up to the other side where the astronauts are. That way, everything that gets produced over here can get pushed on through to the research facility. And if you missed that, it's right over here. And everything that we're going to do today is going to set us up for the next episode where we build the habitat area here for the astronauts. Also got to get some farming and stuff going over there. But that's for another day. Today we're going to work on the production facility here. So I did make some blueprints ahead of time. And some of the things we've got in here are carbon fiber. And these are just set up to have these guys, asteroid catchers, grab the carbon, send it into here, turn it into carbon fiber, then send it down the line. So this is a repeatable blueprint. I've built all of the power needed for it underneath. So all I have to do is stamp this down a couple of times and we will have carbon fiber up and running. First thing I want to get going though is science for the agriculture and the meal preparation. We need to get this going for the astronauts so they don't starve. We're also going to need to get some decoration going, so we'll need to unlock aluminum in the near future. In order to do that, in order to get the aluminum, I believe we're going to have to hunt down some more asteroids. What's left back here that we still need to grab? Some gravity boots. We'll unlock that. Maintenance drones. Okay. We might need those guys if the threats keep damaging our stuff. Grab the grappling hook just to get some things unlocked and out of the way here. Signals. This is going to be huge because we don't always want everything running. So I'm going to be setting up signals to have things shut down when it's not needed. But let's go ahead and start working on carbon fiber. Oh, no. All right, we'll slap that down there. And I'm already beginning to think this platform is not going to be big enough, but it is going to be a good start. Okay, that should feed through here now. And then we want that to continue right on down. All right. So everything coming out of here now is going to end up over here, but this over here is going to change because we want this stuff to go directly to the science building over there. So let's go ahead and move things around right now. I'm going to disconnect this. Get rid of this. We're going to need to build one of the big boys here. And hooked up. All right. So now we'll need to get this hooked up. We're going to poke that out of the mountain back there and bring the belt through this way. All right. Now that we got that hooked up, what's happened to my astronauts? Oh no, are they? Did they? Okay, okay. No, they're okay. They're okay. They're okay. We just have to bring them some more oxygen. Oh, no, it's just out of power. Why is it out of power? That's why, because we hooked up to a new... Right. Okay, they've got power now. That was sketchy. Also need to find a new place to attach that for now. Okay, that works for now. There's a little bit of tree clipping in, but that's just temporary. That'll end up moving. Okay. We're going to need quite a bit of water over here when we start farming, and I think I want to make a tunnel right out the side over here where I'm going to set up a bunch of auto collectors to grab ice. I also picked up quite a bit of dirt when I was flattening that area out, so we'll get to throw that in here. Need to get a large automation of iron rods going. Why aren't we making biology? Don't have enough carbon fiber. Okay, that's going to take a while, and I'm going to need to build a lot more of these. And that will just hook directly up, and it'll work. I don't have to do anything to it. Yeah, I like these blueprints that are stackable. See, it's automatically hooks up down below for the power. The blueprints retain what you've set them at now. They didn't used to, but that was an update, I think, a while back. Oh, wow. Had a little bit of destruction through here. All right, we've got the tunnel built. In a later episode, we will head back and clean it up, but for now, this will work. All right. Let's get our blueprints back here. Water. We're going to need a lot of this, and I need a lot more gold before we can make that happen. Okay. I did set up some gold production over here, but it's not going anywhere past here. So I've got to manually move it over to here until I can get a better setup built over here, which that's what we're working on. All right. Plenty enough for this now. First, I'm going to build a little platform. Give me something to build off of. Okay, we get that plopped down. We are gonna need a spot here for a smelter. Because anything that is not ice will make its way down the belts, and if we don't have it going somewhere, it'll start plugging the system. All right, we're now bringing the water and the byproducts that come from the auto catchers over to this area. For now, until I get more done, we are just going to throw all of the materials into here. But later on, we will end up piping this, or not piping it, but belting it over into the rest of the systems underneath. So we're going to leave a few blocks of space underneath here to run everything. Now we're going to get the water brought over. All right, we've now got this hooked in to generate its own oxygen. We won't have to worry about this running out. And actually, we're going to set up a little bit of logic here because I want to pull some of the oxygen out, but not all of it. Okay, let's do some logic. We're going to throw up a blocker right there. Then we need an inventory reader sensor there. And a decider here. We then need to hook the signal cable up so that the signal can come from the inventory sensor over to the decider. And we'll press F on the inventory sensor. We want to pick this device here. Now we want it to look at the oxygen. And what we want to tell this guy over here to do, we want the decider to control the blocker. And we want to tell it if there's less than 100 oxygen tanks in here, then we want it to shut off. So now we can belt this in over here. Want to go down with that and run it over here. So now we can run these belts right over to the science lab and get it hooked up. So this is all automated and I won't have to worry about... Have I set this up backwards? What have I done wrong here? I think I set this up backwards. No. I know what I've done wrong. This guy here, we need to flip the input. There we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. So now that's going to make its way over. All right, and there's the oxygen automated into the human laboratory. So now that we have that science running as well. So biology should continue to run unhindered now. For engineering and chemistry, we still have to get this stuff set up. Well. It's getting a little bit. It's going to get a little bit of stuff through there. I think the next thing we need to do now is build rods, and I've got a blueprint for that. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Get this spun around and... That works. On the back side of this, we're going to need to bring some resources in. So I'm going to need iron and carbon. Carbon's going to come down this belt. Iron's going to come into this belt. So to do that, we just need to grab our blueprint for the auto catchers here. And I'll want to set up 2 of these. I can't see which direction that belt is going. Ah, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to put that one there. And I'll need some more resources to grab another one. Then we're going to place another one down right next to it. For iron, you can press Control C and then Control V to paste it onto the others. Grab our belt and run this over. I've almost forgot one very important thing here. This smelter. I'm going to set it on that side. Alrighty. Gonna need some solar panels over here. All right, that is the iron rods, carbon fiber sorted. We've got water coming in from this direction over here, from our small little water production out this direction. We're gathering up small amounts of resources over here, but we will eventually get it all run over to here. These guys are going to be doing the biology because we have carbon fiber and oxygen tanks are automated, so these will keep running. It's just running a little slow right now because we're going to need to get more carbon fiber up and going. Chemistry is automated, minus the dirt, but we do have a large amount of dirt there. And these guys are automated, just not fully getting to here yet. That's going to have to wait till next week, though, as I've run out of time for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. I'm Monkey Nuts. Have a good one, everybody.